We got 1, we got 2, we got 3, we got 4, we've got 5, and under the desert moon, we are racing. And it does look like a great start for Capit. It looks like a terrible start for Muscat. Both of the Enterprises have jumped Muscat already. Heading down into turn 1 then. Capit leads with Strana second. Dulakas is just allowed to run away as Jason Muscat there, now under all sorts of pressure from Sven de Vries. The Americans having a blinder of a first 2 laps here.
Yeah, that's absolutely incredible to already be up in 6th position and challenging for 5th position as well. Sven de Vries is certainly getting down to business right now.
On the Netherlands driver, and looking at that, Lars Brugman also involved, not able to get past Ruth ahead, but Francic breaks later. Unable to get past Menno Klont at this time though. Nice defensive from the Dutchman. Look who that has brought into play. Jason Muscat now only 3/10 off the lead and getting closer by the second.
I think Strana's felt it, hasn't he? He really had to slam the brakes on there when there was contact between himself and de Vries, and he's certainly lost a bit of confidence, you'd have to say, in this lap just gone. It hasn't been a great lap for him, but of course we know what happened in turn 1 and 2, and Muscat's actually going to the inside. He's taken the inside into turn 1, got the move done, and yeah, look at that through turn 2, clearly ahead. Strana tries to take a nice wide line to gain the momentum. He's actually going to try and come back. So Muscat, is he going to defend into turn 4? No, he's not. So Strana's just going to stick it up his inside. Strana takes it up the inside of turn 4. Runs a bit wide, and Muscat actually comes back, takes the position back, and surely now Muscat has got the lead of this race.
Go on for another lap, as does Risto Capit as well. Sven de Vries now released into 4th, goes round again, as does Ruiz. But Niels Brugman is into the pits, as is Dino Paolini as well. As we got battle for the lead still, and Eric Strana looking all over the back of Muscat. Unable to still do anything though. The Maltese driver is holding on firmly. And we'll see whether it does pay off for him. But this is the gap which we were interested in. Strana versus Muscat. Muscat's actually gone on, he's onto the home straight now. Strana's just coming out of the pits now. It's going to be pretty close, I imagine. Strana's passed, he's free, and I tell you what, Strana has jumped Muscat. So that is excellent work here from the Swedish driver, but it is advantage Muscat in terms of how warm his tyres are and in what sorts of a groove he's in as well. And he is right back onto the Swede as we speak. It's now a question of how quickly, if at all, Muscat can actually get past Strana, because he's going to keep in mind that Capit's still going round a good 20 seconds ahead of these two.
Strana is going to have to defend from Muscat down the straight.
Yeah, Capit's going to be nowhere near these two. You can see the two of them actually. I'm on board with Capit. Actually, that's going to be pretty close. And Muscat's going for the lead while we're doing this. He's going to overtake the 2 cars in the pit stops, and Muscat is through on the lead once again. He goes a little deep into turn 1. But he's going to recover that nicely into turn 2 as Francic overtakes Bracan there into turn 1 as well. Will Muscat be able to hold on to this lead though? Strana's got the inside line heading up to turn 4. The Swede brakes later. The Maltese driver tries to go around the outside. He's holding on, and Muscat's just about got a foot in here. But Strana all the way around the outside, but Muscat's cutting back.
Oh,
great defensive driving from Jason Muscat. He retakes this lead.
That is quite incredible there by Muscat. I did not see that coming at all. To see a car go around the outside of another effectively in turn 6 is just beyond the scope of physics. How is that even possible? I don't know how he did it, but Muscat managed to hold it on, and that is a well-deserved little battle. And it effectively was a 6-corner fight, and Muscat's come out on top, and fair play to him, because that was a fantastic little scrap between the two drivers. Well done to both of them for keeping it so clean as well. That is exactly what we want to see in Super Cup, and I'm so happy about that. But of course it's not over, and I think this battle is going to continue to rage on.
Still possibly the best move of the race, so says Ben Willis, and I trust him. I trust him. He's got his eyes and ears everywhere. But as Sam rightly says, 11 more full laps Jason Muscat's got to try and hold on. Strana's not waiting around. In fact, DRS is nice and open. He goes to the very inside of the track, actually, not even going to let Jason Muscat come across, and he's already passed before they've hit the braking zone. Will Jason Muscat brake later, though, into turn 1? He's going to try! Very close between the two, but Strana is back through into turn 1, and watch out for Capit and watch out for de Vries. They are very close indeed.
Certainly is. Muscat now looks to the inside of Strana up into turn 4. It's basically roles reversed this time around. Can Muscat get the position back? Oh, Strana's got the momentum around the outside, but he runs a little bit wide, and Muscat's going to get the position back through turn 5 and into turn 6. So again, in that little battle, Muscat comes out on top, but this is so good. This is just perfect batting, and I can tell you, these drivers are showing you how you should drive and how you should race each other, because Strana, he could have cut Muscat off going into turn 1 because Muscat left his nose just there to make Strana's life difficult, but Strana knew he was there, gave him the room, and they both came out of it okay, and they're both still in this race and still in the hunt for first. Yeah, it is so close. So here we go once again. DRS is going to be activated right where you see that spearhead platoon little board on the side, and Muscat's now got the DRS on Strana. Strana's gone defensive already. Muscat to the outside, and he's got the position done before the corner this time around, so Muscat's just going to have to hold it. Can he get a good line through too? Yes, he can, but Strana's going to be on his tail, and I think, James, once again we're going to see another battle through turn 4, 5 and 6.
You know, turn 1 seems to be where the clean overtakes happen. Turn 4 is where you either see excellence or boldness / stupidity. For now, Strana is safe.
Yeah, but I suppose one thing that's slightly different from, say, the Super Cup of last year is it does seem to be that if you go for a silly move, you're going to pay the price a little bit as well, and we certainly saw that there with Olsen just kind of ran his competitor out to try. It's actually Holmsek. We've got Strana defending from Muscat on the inside into turn 1, and oh my god, Capit's right there, and he touches Muscat into turn 1 as well, and De Vries is also on this train, so this is so close now. None of these guys can get away from each other. It's very much a DRS kind of race where they're pulling themselves back into it through the DRS activation zones, and this is making for some fantastic racing. It's so hard to say it's that exciting. Yeah, certainly we want to see this four-way battle go until the end, and the way these drivers are driving, they certainly can make it go to the end. And Risto Cabot looks to the inside of Muscat going into turn 13. He tried to do a De Vries, and oh my word, Muscat got loose on the outside of turn 13. Nearly speared off, but somehow saved it. But that's given Capit the momentum down into turn 14. He's got the inside line. He's going to try and outbrake Muscat, but can't quite do it. Has to slot back into third, and oh, that was Mark Phillip up in the background. Yeah, just got out of the way. Luckily, didn't affect these guys' race.
But look at this now. Sven De Vries is going to try and do what so many people have done before and overtake 2 cars in 1. Capit's not got the straight line speed. He's had to go in behind Muscat and down to turn 1. It's 3 wide, and Muscat just about holding on to that P2, but Sven De Vries is past the Street Fighter, as that was an ST round at turn 1. My word, completely lost it under braking. This is all helping Strana though. Up into turn 4, De Vries brakes late, Muscat brakes a little later, tries to go around the outside, still holding on, and heading into turn 5 now. Can Muscat hold on still? Yes, he can. Good defensive move there from the Maltese driver, but he's under so much pressure now, and Strana is just focusing on putting the laps down. He leads by 1.5 seconds. Look at Risto Capit, still very closely Estonian, although it looks like Sven De Vries is using that straight line speed to try and attack Jason Muscat ahead of him now into turn 1. I think that's an easy move for the American. He gets it done this time. He's up into P2.
Yep, good effort by De Vries. Pretty calm move, you'd have to say, at the end of all of that. That was just the way you have to get it done into turn 1, and De Vries is now going to try and set out for the leader, Eric Strana. But of course, he's going to have Muscat with the benefit of DRS and Capit as well behind him, so he's got to try and pull it out in this middle sector.
And he's using that to effect over the race distance. Francic 8th, Jordan in 9th as well. Shout out to Dennis Jordan, who did have a back of the grid penalty. Up there in P9, then we've got Brugman in 10th, but that 10th is not confirmed. Gino Paolini right on the back of him, as well as, what was that up ahead? Oh, it's a Muscat and Capit going side by side, contact between the two. Muscat desperately trying to hold on to this podium now. It's up 29 to 33, not long to go now, but it seems like the fight in that Malta Force car might be giving up the ghost, as Muscat just about holding on from Capit. It's he just about slides and holds that. That was a wincing moment from me. It's very close. I can only see this being a match of time now before Capit rounds out the podium, at least provisionally.
Yeah, Muscat still got the fight in him though, and he's not going to give this up without a fight, that's for sure. he's certainly dropped off the back of De Vries now, though, and you'd have to say that if it's going to be between anyone, it's going to be between Strana and De Vries for the win in this race today. Capit's got to find a way past Muscat if he wants to try and challenge, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Mark Fuller is out with a brake problem. But not out with a brake problem is Capit, who's looking all over the back of Muscat. It's very close from the Estonian, and he's looking, but he can't do anything just yet. So at least provisionally, Sven de Vries takes race 1 win in Bahrain. He's celebrating as if he has taken that victory for sure. Strana second, very impressive effort from the Swede. Capit comes home third, just ahead of Jason Muscat. Good results for those two, and Muscat could still find himself on the podium. going to